Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got something a little special. This right here is the Samsung Chromebook 500C, also known as the XC500C21. For some of you it might just look like an old laptop, but back in 2011 this was just a glimpse into the future. A laptop built completely around the web, no Windows, no Mac, just Google Chrome. I still remember when these first showed up. They felt so different, kind of exciting but also a little weird. Back then people mostly used them for simple things like checking emails, browsing the web or a bit of schoolwork. It wasn't about power and it wasn't about a new way of using a computer, living completely in the cloud. Today I want to take a trip back and see what this Chromebook was all about and whether it still has a place here in 2025. So let's put it under the spotlight and see how this little Chromebook has held up after all these years. Okay, so before we get into what this laptop can do web-wise, I'm going to give it a tear down and a clean and apply some fresh thermal paste. I did do this assembly video, which I have lost, but I will show you where to put all the cables again if you do take it apart and where all the screws go. So back to the video. Okay then, so we are going to clean this fan out, which is just here. I'm going to give it a nice brush, just with the toothbrush here. It's not that dirty, but there was some dirt inside here, as you can probably see. Okay, so that's that clean. Now I just need to get this off and apply some fresh thermal paste. So let me just get that a moment. I'm probably going to be the first person that's going to thermal paste a Chromebook. How exciting. And considering it was made in 2012, I think that it could do with a fresh bit of thermal paste. So let's see how easy it comes off. Oh, that holds the entire thing down. So let's get this fan out. There we go. And that's weird. That didn't have any thermal paste on. Instead it's just got this label on. What's that going to be done? Oh, it's from 2011. So this is one of the first Chromebooks I've released. And his nickname is Alex. So that's good, isn't it? So I wonder if we can remove that. That thermal paste is actually quite solid. Let's see if we can get rid of this. No, apparently we can't, but that's not doing any good, what do you call it, heat dissipation for now with that sticker stuck on it. So get off this side. I might have to use some IPA just to clean this off. There we go, there's that removed, and then we just need to get rid of that residue. As you can see, burnt on there. I don't know why they've done that. If that was designed to take heat away from that plastic would have been stopping it. I'm guessing that is a 16GB storage, by the way. So let me just get my IPA and then I will be back. Okay, so let's give it a wipe over with a wet wipe, and that's solid that it just fell off. So that's good, isn't it? Okay, so we'll just leave that there a moment, and then we are going to clean the CPU with a wet wipe. There we go. I will just give that a clean. Let's give it a brush over with this brush just to remove any little bits. Oops, sorry. Didn't realise you couldn't see. My mistake. Okay, so there's that all clean. And then we are going to just give it a once over on here too. And then we are going to spray it with some IPA, same as this. And then we are just going to give it a wipe over. So let's see what we can remove. I doubt I'm going to remove that burn mark now. Okay then, so that's that done. Now let's just clean this off. Let's give this a wipe over. Make sure it's all dry. CMOS battery is still fine, which is just here. Now what I do find interesting is this also has a read-write jumper just here, but we can't do nothing with it since this is a web-based Chromebook, which is one of its limitations. Although it does have internal storage, there's not a lot we can do with it, sadly. Okay, so now it's time to put some fresh thermal paste on. So we're going to put some on the CPU just there, and we'll put some on here too. Not sure if that's going to make any difference, but you know, we never know. Got to be better than having that plastic thing on here. So then let's first of all let's connect the fan back up. There we go, there is the fan installed, and now we can screw that down. A bit fiddly to get these screws in. There's one. And here is the last screw going in. So you can just see my hand, I can't really help that. That is everything. Everything is all cleaned. Not aware of anything else that needs to be thermal pasted. Okay, so now back, we're gonna put everything back together. But first, I just wanted to show you where all of the cables go. So the battery cable, which is just this one here, that goes into this little socket here. And if I just move this battery out of the way, we have this main cable here, which hang on one moment. Oh, come on, stop flopping about. Which goes into this socket here, and then we have the keyboard connector, which goes into this socket here. The LCD display cable goes here, and then we have the trackpad cable, which goes there. And as far as I'm aware, that is all of the cables that need reconnecting. So I will see you once I have got everything back together, which will be after. I'm going to show you how to put these cables on, because it's not not that hard. I thought it would have been. First of all, we're going to put this keyboard connector in, because this is the most difficult one, what I think it is anyway, because you have to hold it down and then push these clips in that are at the side. There we go. And then we can place the motherboard into place. Once we get that out of the way. And then we put this cable back onto here, which is for this little board here, and then we can put the LCD cable back on to there, and then that is everything. The SSD goes here, and battery goes there, and the trackpad and the SD card reader all go through this one cable and connect to there. So put that in just there, and then hopefully we can put that. No, okay. Is that on? No, that's still not on. Okay, so just bear with me. This has been very awkward. There we go, that's that one. That one was actually more awkward than when I first done it. It won't stay clipped down for some reason. Not sure why that is. Okay, so due to the edge of the plastic, that locking mechanism on this clip here has failed, so it's not actually locking down. So hopefully this trackpad works. Then we can put in the SD card, not SD card, sorry, SSD, and this is the SSD if anyone wants to know. This is one of the first types of SSDs that we first saw come onto the market. So it is a SanDisk 16 gigabyte. So we can just put that into this slot there, and so we're just going to put this into there, like so, and now hopefully we can screw it into place. There we go, that is now that screwed in. And then we have just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws to screw down. And these two here are actually where the battery goes, so don't put them two in just yet. And then it's just this corner one, just here. And that's okay. So I'll turn the laptop around just a little bit so I can get this screw in. And there we go, there is 1, 2 and 3, those are all screwed in. And then we can go ahead and place the battery in. First of all, we need to put the cable in, which goes this way. Okay, so now we've got the battery in place. Now this does need to go in a certain way, like that, or else the case won't go on. It needs to sit into these grooves here, or else it will stop the bottom case going back on properly. And I believe that just sits there like so. So first of all, we're just going to screw this middle screw in down, just to get that into place. There we go. And there we have these 2 last screws. One goes there, and one goes there. Oh, that one's come out. Okay then. So I'm guessing that one just goes into this little corner here. Someone has been inside this laptop before me, probably trying to put a custom firmware on and failed like I did. And there we go, there is that all back together, and now we can put the oh, I forgot about this little cable here. It's a good job I noticed that. This is a speaker cable, so we just need to stick that back in if we can. Very awkward. Let's see. It's hard when you've got massive hands and you're dealing with something small. There we go, that's that back in. Make sure. Okay, so on the side here, there is actually a switch. Just here. Now this switch puts this laptop into developer mode, and I'm not sure how we can get any custom firmware on here, so I'm not sure what this switch is for other than putting it into developer mode. And I think that is everything. So I am just going to put the back cover back on, and then we can see what this laptop is capable of. Okay, so now just put this, first of all, get the right way around, and then just clip it all back on, like so. And then we need to put 4 screws back into each corner. So one goes here, one goes there, one goes there, and one goes into there. So let's just get these in place. And then we have 3 more screws, which one goes here, one goes there, and one goes there. So let's put and now we have the rubber feet, and they just go back onto here, and we put them all in the corner. And there we go. The Chromebook is all cleaned and put back together. We just need to give it a wipe over with some, I'm going to use some of this IPA. Let me just zoom out if I can. There we go. Let's just give it a little spray with some IPA and give it a wipe over. See if we can get this strung mark off here. Okay, so is that a scratch? Or is it looks like a burn mark actually. Let's just see if we can try and scrub it off. There, that looks like it's gone. I can't see it anymore. Whatever it was very dirty. Okay, so then we're gonna open it up, and it's gonna want to turn on straight away. So before I go ahead and clean this, let's turn it off. There we go. And I'm not gonna spray IPA directly onto there. I'm just gonna soak my cloth in it and then just give it a wipe over. There we go. And now it's time to give the screen a good old clean. And it also does have a webcam. But I'm guessing someone used to have a cover on here because there is some black tape over it. So I do have some screen cleaner. So let's spray that. Let's give it a clean. And there we go. We now have a nice clean screen and a nice clean Chromebook. Hey everyone, welcome back. So today we're taking a little trip down memory lane with the Samsung Chromebook 500C XC500C21. Yep, this little guy. The one I remember seeing back in 2012, sitting in classrooms and coffee shops, probably looking like the most futuristic thing ever. But here we are in 2025 and I got curious. Can a Chromebook like this, built over a decade ago, still survive in today's world of flashy websites, endless streaming and constant browser updates? Or is it destined to be one of those gadgets that remind you of simpler times and not much else? So, grab a cup of coffee, maybe put on some retro tunes, because we're about to see what this Chromebook can still do and what it absolutely cannot. Alright. Let's start simple. Google homepage. No surprise here, it loaded perfectly. Clean, fast, feels like home. Just opening it gave me a little sense of nostalgia, you know, like the internet, back when this was all you needed. Then I moved on to Gmail. Now, it did load, but oh boy, it took its sweet time. And of course, a big warning popped up. saying the browser was no longer supported. A good old classic. Honestly, I almost felt like Gmail was giving me a gentle pat on the shoulder, saying, "It's okay, time to move on." It really made me appreciate how far email has come and how patient you had to be back in the day. Waiting for Gmail to fully load gave me time to think. This little Chromebook has seen a lot over the years and it's still holding on. Next up, YouTube. Now this was going to be the real test of survival. I opened it and of course it wanted me to upgrade my browser, which as we know is impossible on this Chromebook. But then, surprise, it actually worked in 720p. Not perfect, but playable. And honestly, I wasn't expecting that at all. Even YouTube Shorts ran surprisingly well. Switching between accounts took a little patience, but I managed. I watched a clip from my favourite creator, Action Retro, and it played perfectly. Honestly, that felt like a small miracle. Like this Chromebook is just refusing to give up. Now, I did try 1080p and yeah, it lagged. Not terribly, but enough that you notice. It's like watching someone jog in slow motion. Then I tried 480p and wow, smooth as butter. I even joked on camera about ruining Sean's video, but really, it was just me marvelling at how far this old machine can go. And honestly, I have no clue how long YouTube will continue to support this thing. It feels like a playing with a piece of history that somehow still survives the modern internet chaos. Curious, I moved on to Google Docs. It loaded eventually, but oh man, slow doesn't even begin to describe it. And of course, another browser not supported message greeted me. Typing in Docs was like watching paint dry, but in a way, it was kind of charming. Then came Google Word. Typing a single sentence, instant lag. I mean seriously, I could have gone and had a cup of coffee, returned and might have finally caught up. Definitely not something I'd recommend for serious document work in 2025. Although I did save a test document though, just for the giggles. There's something funny about keeping a tiny piece of history alive, even if it's painfully slow. After that, I finally decided to test eBay. It loaded eventually, but as soon as I tried searching for anything, I got hit with a page saying checking your browser. Like the internet itself was saying, nope, not today, old timer. Honestly, it felt like a polite reminder that this Chromebook was built for another era. Discord, well, I don't know. I don't even know why I tried. Homepage loaded just fine, but when I clicked login, just a blank white page, nothing. Zip nada. At that point, I started to realise maybe this Chromebook just isn't meant for modern web apps anymore. Curious, I opened the Chrome Web Store. Honestly, not much there that worked. I did find a game, but of course it said I needed to upgrade Chrome, which as we've discussed, impossible. It's funny really, back in the day, the web store was this little playground full of apps and games. Now it's just a reminder of what we've lost, a tiny digital museum in a sense. So, after all of this, what can you actually use this Chromebook for in 2025? Pretty much only YouTube in 720p. Everything else is slow and broken or just flat out impossible. It's amazing, honestly, that it survives at all. And I couldn't help but notice it even uses a Mozilla user agent in Chrome. I don't know why, and honestly it just adds to the mystery of this little machine. At the end of the day, this Chromebook is like a time capsule. It's a piece of tech history that's slowly fading, a reminder of simply internet days, not practical anymore, but still somehow still charming. And maybe, for just a few moments, it reminds us how far we've come and how fun it used to be to explore the web, one tab at a time. If you would like to see more videos like this, then please don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the storytelling part of this laptop while I was testing web pages. I did speed it up because I didn't want it to last that long. It was over 50 minutes long, so I decided to speed it up and just do a voice overlay, tell a story if you like about what it can and can't do. So yes, again, thank you for watching. If you have got this far, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also leave a comment, and I do have a buy me a coffee, which I will link in the description. So thank you and enjoy your day.